Life doesn't always teach us through big events. No, sometimes it's in the quiet exchanges we barely notice. Yes, a text, a voice, a stranger on the other side of the screen. And before we know it, they leave behind a lesson we will never forget. This story is one of those quiet lessons. Enjoy it. It was an ordinary evening, the kind of evening where the day feels heavier than usual. The girl was tired. She didn't want to cook. She didn't want to think too much. So, she placed a small order for food. Just a simple decision. Just a routine act. But sometimes, even in ordinary moments, extraordinary lessons are hidden. When the food arrived, something was wrong. A small mistake. Nothing too serious. But she reached out to customer care to get it fixed. On the other side, a lady responded. Her words were calm, polite, professional. She carried herself with patience. The kind of patience that doesn't break even under frustration. But the girl, she wasn't at her best. Maybe she was restless, maybe careless, maybe playful. Instead of keeping the conversation respectful, she began teasing the lady, making fun of her name again and again. The customer care lady never snapped. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't complain. She just did her job quietly, gracefully. She helped. She solved the problem. And then the conversation ended. And the girl, she closed it without a thank you, without an apology. To her, in that moment, it felt like nothing. Just another chat, forgotten within minutes. But later that night, when silence filled her room, when her thoughts grew louder than the world around her, something began to stir inside her. She realized she would never speak to that woman again. That conversation, those few lines of text, was the only thread connecting their lives. And she had to let it go, unfinished. She had left behind mockery when she could have left kindness. And that's when the truth hit her. Isn't life exactly like this? We meet so many people. Some walk with us for years, shaping our lives in ways we can never repay. Others pass by for just a moment. A stranger at a counter, a voice on the phone, a message on a screen. But whether they stay long or short, every encounter matters. Yet, what do? We take them for granted. We speak carelessly. We delay our apologies. We assume there will always be time to fix things. Another chance, another tomorrow. But what if tomorrow never comes? What if their story ends before we can say sorry? What if ours does? What if God decides to close the book before we even realize we've left a page unfinished? That small, ordinary incident became a mirror for her. A reminder that life is fragile, that we don't decide how long people walk beside us, but we do decide how gently we treat them while they are here. A harsh word can stay long after we are gone. An unspoken apology can turn into regret that follows us quietly, like a shadow. But a kind word, a simple thank you, a heartfelt sorry, those things can live forever. They can outlast us. They can outlast our stories. they can remain as blessings in someone else's heart. So remember, my friends, never hold back an apology. Tomorrow may never come. Be gentle with your words, even to strangers, for you may never meet them again. And always know, life is not measured by the length of our relationships, but by the lightness of our footprints on someone's heart. Moral of the story: before any story ends, whether theirs or ours, let it end with love, not regret.